I'm 42, and I discovered my wife was having an emotional affair last week. The pain and confusion have been overwhelming. She joined a dating site behind my back. At first, it was short conversations with random people, nothing too deep or intimate. But then there was her guy, someone she vented to about me, our marriage, and my shortcomings. Basically things she never discussed with me directly. She told him I was a lazy husband who never helped with the house or kids. To my face, though, she always reassured me that she understood how busy I was with work and everything else on my plate. Reading those messages felt like a betrayal on so many levels, like she had a secret version of me she hated but kept bottled up. Their conversations eventually turned into flirting, and they even talked about hooking up. While nothing physical happened, she says, it hurts knowing that it got to that point. She admitted that he wanted to take things further, but then he moved on to someone else. She just kept going. She left her dating profile active and continued talking to random men. She takes responsibility and regrets it, but her apologies feel hollow. It's like she's more sorry to God, she's religious, than to me. She always finds a way to bring up how I supposedly led her to open up to someone else, like it's my fault. I feel turned around and don't know what's real anymore. I know I wasn't perfect, but does that make this all my fault? Do I even have the right to be upset when I wasn't the best husband, at least according to her? She says she regrets everything, including the hysterical bonding phase we went through after she'd broken it off with the guy. I had no idea at the time of her affair and just assumed she was suddenly more interested in me. She told me it made her feel desperate, dirty, and like it was all fake. It's still fresh. I have a right to be betrayed. Or is it all on me for not seeing it coming? I just want clarity, but I'm lost. Update. Thank you to everyone who's responded to my last post. The support and insights were invaluable, and I've been trying to take meaningful steps forward. Here's where things stand. I've informed both families about what happened. It was one of the most humiliating things I've ever done, but I realized I couldn't keep pretending everything was fine. My family's been supportive, and while her family was shocked, they've been kind to me. They don't condone her actions, which helps me feel less isolated in all this. I've also scheduled consultations with lawyers next week. I'm almost entirely sure divorce is where this will end, so I need to be prepared and protect myself, especially for the sake of our child. I've been focusing on creating a stable environment for them amidst all of this. She's also started attending Sex Addicts Anonymous. While this sounds promising on the surface, I haven't seen any real change in her. I think she's still chatting online, and at this point, I don't even care. After 2 months of therapy and supposed work, she still feels like the same person. Lastly, all she keeps pushing for is us to have more children. After everything she's done, this feels beyond manipulative. She's been trying to convince me that if I don't have more kids with her, it'll be the biggest regret of my life. She's been relentless. I'm reaching my breaking point. It's manipulative, and I know it. My therapist even pointed out that she might be trying to lock me down. If we have another child, it would make it harder for me to leave. And honestly, that's the truth. I already work full-time, and being a single parent to one child's hard enough. 2 would make things exponentially more difficult, and I'd lose majority custody to her. So I'm keeping my hands off her and just pretending she doesn't exist when we're home together. I want to make the right decision for my child and for myself. My child is the only light in my life right now. I hope a consultation with a lawyer can help shed some light on my situation, and I just need some clarity. Thank you again for the advice and support. Final update. I have moved out with our child. My soon-to-be ex doesn't care. I've always been 100% loyal in relationships. Cheating is something I've never understood. It's disgusting, soul-crushing, and life-shattering. I cannot comprehend how people do it, and the fact that it's so common makes my blood boil. I deserve better than to be disrespected like this. Cheating doesn't just ruin relationships. It destroys people. It crushes your self-esteem, wrecks your ability to trust, and makes you question your sanity. My soon-to-be ex not only betrayed me, but also gaslit me into thinking I was crazy when I began noticing signs. That kind of manipulation is so damaging, and it's hard to put into words how much it messes with your head. I wish there were real consequences for cheaters. Why isn't there any punishment for breaking someone's spirit and will to live? What my soon-to-be ex did to me has lasting effects that I'm working through every day. My soon-to-be ex has completely stopped caring. She quit therapy, disregarded my attempt at reconciliation, and now has a man living with her. From what I know, it's a husband of a girlfriend of hers. She doesn't care that she's trampled through every relationship in her life. She doesn't care that she looks like a homeless woman and everyone steers clear of her because nobody wants to associate with her. It makes me realize I did the right thing by leaving. My daughter and I are now living in a smaller place, and while it's been an adjustment, I feel a sense of peace that I haven't felt in a long time. My focus is entirely on creating a stable and loving environment for her. She's thriving, and seeing her happy makes all this pain worth it. To anyone who's going through something similar, you're not crazy and you're not alone. Cheating is the ultimate betrayal, and it's okay to feel devastated, angry, and lost. But know this, you deserve better. There is life after betrayal, and while it takes time, you can rebuild yourself and find happiness again. To the cheaters of the world, you are destroying people's lives. You're breaking their spirits and their trust. If you're even considering it, stop. Walk away instead of wrecking someone who loves you. You're not just hurting them. You're showing the world who you really are. Story 2. Still not over it a month later. When will I stop missing her? When will I feel normal? It's been about a month since D-Day, 2 years together, when I caught the first lie and she was not where she was supposed to be, and about 2 weeks since the trickle truth from just kissing to we had sex once. It's still impossible for me to know how many times it happened because she refused to give me his name. I just want to know that I made the right decision. A guy at work who had infidelity on both sides of his relationship and is still happily married told me it shouldn't matter who it was and I don't need to know. But how am I supposed to know what the truth is if I can't confirm it? How do I know it wasn't more lies? They might have been sleeping together for a while. I feel like I cannot forgive what I don't know. We've been no contact now for a week. I'm sure she slept with other people by now. I have too. But I still find myself missing her all the time. Thinking about her, waking up at 5 a.m. every morning and laying in bed feeling sorry for myself. I used to think she was my soulmate. I thought we would be together forever. Of course, she had kids. I had a serious bond with them. I miss them so much. Life still seems so empty. I went on antidepressants and they don't seem to be doing anything for me. All I can think about is her with new guys and it makes me sick to my stomach. New guys with their kids fishing. One of the things we all used to do, going to the fair. I signed up for a gym and all I could think about was that was one of the first things we did together, work out. It made the gym suck. I can't even work out without thinking about her now. I thought getting laid would help, but it didn't either. It did for maybe 24 hours, then I was back into my depression. After she got caught, it was just lie after lie, making up fake names to appease me, and when I said I'm going to confront him, she told me that's not his name. Why couldn't she just be honest? I would have considered reconciliation, but it was just lie after lie. Trickle truth. We had such an amazing connection. I loved sex with her. We would do anything and everything, and I'm afraid I won't find that again. I'm still in love with her. I hate it. I just need to know that I made the right choice to move on, I guess. I feel so lost. Part of me doesn't want her to email me, and part of me does. It's driving me insane. She's probably moved on to a new guy, perhaps the guy she cheated on me with, and it just drives me insane. I hate my life right now. She tried to win me back, saying she was a bad person, had a lapse in judgment, and I turned her away because she wouldn't give me his name. I just sometimes question whether I made the right choice. Missing her is normal. It's hard to just switch off feelings for someone you thought was your soulmate, especially when the relationship felt so deep and meaningful. Add the bond you had with her kids, and it's no wonder your life feels empty right now. You invested so much into this relationship, and it's not something you can just let go of overnight. That said, it sounds like the real issue isn't just the cheating, it's the lying, the trickle truth, the fake names, the refusal to give you clarity about what really happened. All of it leaves you questioning what's real. You're absolutely right to feel like you can't forgive what you don't fully understand. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and without honesty, there's no way to rebuild it. Her efforts now, therapy, apologies, giving you space, are good steps, but they don't erase the fact that she's still holding back key information you need to heal. As for whether you made the right decision, it's worth asking yourself if you could ever trust her again after everything that's happened. Even if she's saying all the right things now, her actions during and after the cheating show a lack of accountability. Can you really see yourself being happy in a relationship where those doubts and insecurities linger? You deserve honesty, loyalty, and someone who values the relationship as much as you do. If she couldn't do that before, what's changed? It's okay to feel conflicted, to miss her, and to wonder if you made the right choice. But it sounds like you're still in love with the version of her you thought she was, not the person she's shown herself to be. Keep focusing on yourself, even if it feels hollow right now. Therapy, the gym, new routines. These are the things that'll help you rebuild your sense of self outside of this relationship. It's going to take time, but eventually you'll find clarity. You're not alone in this, and you're not stupid for feeling the way you do. Hang in there.